Historical research design. Introduction. Historical research is a qualitative technique. Here mainly we will be assessing the past events in an attempt to interpret the facts and explain what is the cause of certain events and what is their effect in the present events. Coming to the definitions, historical method refers to the uses of primary historical data. So it's nothing but a first-hand information. Here mainly the nature of data depends on the question being asked about demographic records, birth and death certificates, newspapers, articles, so whatever the information we are gathering directly, that is the first-hand information. That is from letters, diaries, government records, or even architectural drawings. And historical research involves interpreting past events to predict future ones. What is the purpose of historical research? So the main purpose is to reach insights or conclusions about past persons or whatever the things occurred in the past. Characteristics of historical research design: it involves careful study and analysis of data about past events, and here mainly we will be doing the critical investigation of the particular events and the development, the experiences of the past with the people, interactor, and the careful weighing of evidence of the validity of sources of information in the past and interpretation of the weighed evidence. And this historical research involves the review of written materials that include oral documentation. And the historical research typically relies on available data, usually in the form of written narrative records of the past, diaries, letters, newspapers, minutes of meetings, reports, and so on. Historical research relies on a wide variety of sources, so we can't come into the conclusion by having only a few things. So we have to gather a wide variety of sources of information, that is both primary and secondary data. And the primary sources are eyewitness, direct eyewitnesses, account of events, and it can be oral or written testimony found in public records, legal documents, minutes of meetings, corporate records, recordings, letters, diaries, journals, drawings, and even located in the university archives, libraries, or privately run collections such as local historical society. Coming to the secondary sources, it can be oral or written, and it's the second-hand information, and mainly found in textbooks, encyclopedias, journal articles, newspapers, biographies, and other media such as films or tape recordings. Historical research involves the following steps. First, identify an idea, topic, or research question. Second, conduct a background literature review. And third, refine the research idea and questions. And fourth, determine that historical methods will be the method used. And fifth, it's identify and locate primary and secondary data sources and evaluate the authenticity and accuracy of source material, and then analyze the data and develop narrative expositions of the findings. First, identify an idea, topic, or research question. So it's an important to choose a topic that is academic in nature, and that's something that people will be doing research on. In other words, and we can pick up an article wherever the area of interest, and that can be done some argument about on that other people feel passionate enough to argue about to do research. Conduct a background literature review. There are 5 main steps in the process of writing a literature review or conduct a background literature review. First, search for relevant literature. So whatever the literature we have searched, and we should make sure it's relevant for your research topic. And next, it's evaluate sources. So we should evaluate the sources from where we are getting the literature. Then identify themes, debates, and gaps. So what is the gap between each literature? And we should make an outline structure of the literature, And then final, write your literature review. Refine the research idea and questions. First, exploring related issues, comparing or contrasting the topic with another topic, choosing an alternative topic that is not so recent. And it may not be covered in books and journals, and we should also consider the time period covered and broadening the population considered, expanding the geographic area discussed, and choosing an alternative topic that is not so popular. Next, determine that historical methods will be the methods used. Here, the main emphasis in historical research is on interpretation of documents, diaries. So, whatever the historical data we have categorized even in primary or secondary sources, and for primary sources, the first-hand information such as eyewitness reports or original documents, everything we have to make an interpretation. Identify and locate primary and secondary data sources. So here mainly we will rely on the published materials that may come from time period that is being discussed, were written or maybe produced by someone else, or even the first-hand experience. Often primary sources reflect the individual viewpoint of a participant or observer. And secondary data may be obtained from different sources, information collected through censuses or government departments like housing, social security, electoral statistics, even tax records, internal searches or libraries, GPS or remote sensing. Authenticity. So authenticity is nothing but how genuine the document. So whatever the document or the information we are getting, we have to find out the genuineness of the information. And credibility, consideration must be given amount of distortion and document, which is sincerity and accuracy. What is the information is accurate or what, that is the credibility. Areas of historical study, periods. Historical studies often focuses on events, developments that occurred during particular block of time in the past, and historical researchers given this period of time names in order to allow the organization of ideas and classificatory generalization. So whatever the ideas or the specific things we are having, we have find out, and that should be used in a generalized pattern. Geographical locations. Particular geographic locations, we can do the historical study, example certain particular countries and cities. And military history, we can concentrate on the conflict that have happened in human society, examining the wars, battles, military strategies and weaponry. Methods and tools used in historical research. Contemporaneous corroboration. Contemporaneous corroboration is for the support provided by existing evidence of past events. So it's nothing but a powerful method generally used by historical researcher to establish facts beyond their limited lifespan. Graphy. It's one of the methodological tools for the collection of all known information. So that is one of the evidence, the photography, about the person lived in the individual lived in a particular period. And historical revisionism is a traditional used in completely natural sense to describe the work or idea of historian who has revised previously. Change log or record of change and development or evaluation by which human beings are distinctively special. And social changes, that will be changes occurring every day to day in the society, social institutions, and even social behavior of a particular person, social relations of a society or a community of people. These are all the things coming under the historical evolution.